Good morning. Would you rise in body or spirit and sing with me, Wake Now My Senses? Wake now my senses and hear the earth call. Feel the deep power of being in all. Keep with the web of creation your vow, giving, receiving as love shows us how. Wake now my reason, reach out to the new. Join with each pilgrim who quests for the true. Honor the beauty and wisdom of time. Suffer thy limit and praise the sublime. Wake now, compassion, give heed to the cry. Voices of suffering fill the wide sky. Take us your neighbor, both stranger and friend, praying and striving their hardship to end.
And now we're going to do two hymns at once. What a crazy idea. But these two hymns are Where Do We Come From? And today we're contemplating our theology. So where do we come from? I don't know. Do you know? But then what we do know is that we truly are gathered here together in support of each other, no matter what life gives us.
So, just a heads up, we are the Where Do We Come From team, and y'all with Dana are the Gathered Here team. We're all gonna sing Where Do We Come From first. Yes. Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? Where do we come from? Mystery, mystery, life is a riddle and a mystery. Mystery, mystery, life is a riddle and a mystery. Where do we come from? Where are we going? Where do we come from? Where are we going? Gathered here.
And on Where Do We Come From, that last line is not actually written down. You might have noticed, hey, did we go back to the beginning? No, it's the same words, but it's an extra line, just so you know. Okay.
Gathered here.
Gathered here.
Gathered here in the mystery of the hour. Gathered here in one strong body. Gathered here in the struggle and the power. Spirit, draw near. Are you ready? Here we go. Where just you follow me and you follow Dana and we're gonna get there. 2, 3, 4. Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where do we come from? Where
sounded amazing.
Y'all should join McGuire.
I'll second that. Amen. Well, my friends, welcome to Namakwa Unitarian Universalist Congregation. We are delighted that each and every one of you are here today. We especially want to welcome our visitors today and our newcomers. Thank you for hanging out with us. It's wonderful to have you here. We would love to stay connected with you. So if you haven't already, perhaps you would consider signing up for our communications at the front entrance. They would be glad to help you. Also, just for fun, since we're talking about our different theologies today, our theology class, asked to do a little poll. So if you didn't get a piece of paper for the poll, maybe you can raise your hand, or you've got extras, Lori? Great. Lori's handing them out. So if you need a copy of the poll, Lori will give you a copy. Thank you. Yeah, it's just for fun. It's anonymous, but if you feel like signing your name, go for it. It's always fun to hear from you. I'll send you all the results when we get them. And as you're looking at your order of service, if you'll flip it over to the back side, you'll notice all kinds of stuff going on in our church. First, I think I want to lift up is our Getting to Know You gathering, which is right after this service in my office. And it's for newcomers to get to know more about Unitarian Universalism and for us to get to know you. So I hope you join us. We are having a children's choir again this year. I'm so excited. So you guys have a rehearsal right after our service today. So, and I told you about the survey. On Thursday, not everyone has a family to be with. Maybe they're other places, maybe you don't usually gather. I invite you to consider gathering here. Tam, our endlessly energetic Tam, I don't know where she gets it, is helping to put on a Thanksgiving, Friendsgiving event from 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock. So bring a yummy dish to share and come and enjoy. Next Sunday, living a life of gratitude. It's all about gratitude, my friends. I think maybe that's a good theology right there. My theology is gratitude. Yeah. Thanksgiving is, in whatever way it is celebrated, is often a one-day focus on gratitude. Worship associates Kathy Hartman and Milt Ginos. Did I pronounce that right? Ginos. I was like, I wasn't sure. We'll explore a living life of gratitude and blessing inherent in it. There'll be a wonderful service. I hope you join us for coffee hour and fellowship to get to know each other. And thank you to everyone who is a part of the service today. Steve Dornsife actually has a couple of special announcements. Steve, you want to come forward?
So I've been with Namakwa about 17 years. In this month of gratitude.
I'm not sure that's coming through the microphone. Yep, okay, thank you.
So yes, in this month of gratitude, having been here 17 years, I'm really feeling grateful for those who started this congregation. Officially, we're coming up, there it is, yeah, officially next year is the 25th anniversary when Colorado recognized us and when UUA recognized us, but a lot of work went into getting to that day, and a lot of those 25th anniversaries are this year. And would it be embarrassing to ask those who were part of the founding and all those events 25 years ago to stand up?
Oh. Okay.
Some of you are shy. I know that I see some of you out there that were here. So I did want to recognize some of those things that happened 25 years ago. who are listening to the recording. So that was very big. But even equally big, I think, was something that happened 10 years ago when I was around. And that was this weekend, we had our very first service in the church, November 22nd, 2015.
Woohoo,
and that was
cool?
a joyous occasion.
Woohoo! Yeah.
Yeah, led by our previous pastor, Laurel Liefert. And there was a lot of people who are here today. I won't ask you all to stand because it's just so many of us. We're here at that point, and Nancy Kane, who was with us until recently, also with a strong financial consultation from Dick Barton. And on the eastern wall back there, some of you may have seen before, and that is the tree recognizing those who donated to the capital campaign.
Yeah.
Yep, right back there. So that's what I wanted to lift up in this month of gratitude, and give thanks and great gratitude to those who came before us. Many of them are still with us, and we'll be celebrating that event in this coming year, and enabled us to be here today, and those who are working right now to help us accomplish our mission and our vision, and those who will come after us and will remember us as they continue to keep the Namakwa Chalice burning bright. Thanks.
Thank you, Steve. That's wonderful to know that it's been 10 years as of yesterday. So here's to the next 10, 20, 30, 50 years. Those who are new to Unitarian Universalism might not expect to have someone much like myself profess what we believe and how you might be expecting that I would profess how we believe and how we all should be acting, and that if you might even get an admonishment from me or two about the evils of not following what we profess. But that's not how we do things in the Unitarian Universalist world. We each have the responsibility of figuring out our own beliefs. Instead of telling each other what to think, we covenant together to, quote, celebrate that we are all sacred beings, diverse in culture, experience, and theology. We covenant to learn from each other in our free and responsible search for truth and meaning. Now, I don't know about you, but I always feel like sighing, oh, thank goodness. I don't have to live up to other people's expectations that I may not agree with. We embrace our differences and our commonalities with love, curiosity, and respect. End quote. That was from our shared values covenant. Well, this fall, about 20 of us participated in 2 classes as we explored our own theological beliefs, excuse me, in your theological journey classes. Today we are hearing from actually 8 people about their reflections on what they learned and what they questioned and what their current beliefs might be, even as they continue to shift and change. Ironically, most of them actually couldn't be here today. I know. So we recorded videos of some, and others sent me their reflections to share with you. So I ask you, does it matter what we reflect and examine? Does it matter that we do this and actually contemplate what do we believe? I share with you this famous quote from Mahatma Gandhi. Carefully watch your thoughts, for they become your words. Manage and watch your words, for they become your actions. Consider and judge your actions, for they have become your habits. Acknowledge and watch your habits, for they become your values. Understand and embrace your values, for they become your destiny. I wonder, what could matter more? Please join with me in sharing our affirmation. Love is the spirit of this congregation, and service its call. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. And I invite you to share the spirit of love by greeting all of those around you. Good. That sounded good. That's great.
Yes, it's worked out great. Yeah.
Hey, so good to see you. Good to see you. Good morning. So don't try to get their attention, just go right into the song.
Morning has come, arise and greet the day. Dance with joy and sing a song of gladness. The light of hope it shines upon each face. May it bring faith to guide our journey home. A new day dawns, once more the gift is given. Wonder fills this moment shared together. The light of peace here shines upon each face. May it bring faith to guide our journey home. Open our eyes to see that life abounds. Open hearts to welcome it among us. The light of love here shines upon each face. May it bring faith to guide our journey home.
Thank you. So I invite anyone who considers themselves a child to please come forward. Oh, I hope I got enough bags for everybody. Oh my goodness. Okay. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. I might not quite have enough bags, but I think I have enough stuff. So today, if you guys want to turn around and look at me, yeah, go ahead and turn around and look at me, because we're doing something different. I don't know what got into me, but I decided to give you guys a bunch of cool stuff today. Is that all right with you? Okay, but first you have to sit down. Okay. Oh, good. I'm glad. Awesome. Well, we're going to talk about what each of these things actually means. Because, you know, in Unitarian Universalism, we have these things that we call our values. If you'll look up here at this sign up here on the screen, if you'll notice, we have love at the center. As Unitarian Universalists, we value love, and not just as you use, as human beings, most of us, I think, value love. Love is at the center of who we are. And love is the power of, sweetheart, I don't want you to pull that down, okay? Okay, good. I'll come bonking on your head. Okay. So, love is the power that holds us together and runs through each and every one of our other shared values. So, let's start with giving each of you heart stickers. Is that okay? Okay. And Avery, would you like to help me? And I'll just pass these out to you and maybe give everybody like 3. Is 3 good? Yeah. Okay, I think there's plenty there, so. Yeah, if you want to maybe tear them off, is that going to work? Okay, great. Awesome. Yeah, come on up, sweetheart. Come on up if you want to. And your mom is welcome too. She's really a child too. At least she was. Yeah, used to be. Okay. This is so exciting. Man, we haven't had so many kids in a very long time. I'm excited. Great to have you all here. So the hearts are for love. Can everybody make a heart with your hands? Okay. So we start with love, and love is at the center, just like your heart is at the center of your body. And then I'm going to give you something for transformation. Wow, that's a big word. Everybody practice saying that big word. Transformation. So transformation is change, right? And when you go to school in the fall and you become, last year you were a 3rd grader and now you're a 4th grader, you've transformed. You've changed into being someone different. And so we celebrate transformation. And if you think about a glow stick, it's kind of boring until it gets broken. And it's when it gets broken that it lights up, right? So sometimes our lives are like that. We have to get broken before we light up and find out who we truly are. So how about some glow sticks for everybody? 1, 2, 3. Here, you can have a couple more. I got lots. Okay, here. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. So what is it that these symbolize? What's that word? What is it? Transformation. There you go, sweetheart. Transformation. So when you break it, it transforms into something else. And it lights up. Yeah, there you go. Give it a try. And I bet some of our older kids can help you if you want. Okay, so we also value equity. What does equity mean? It means people get what they need to feel like equals. Do you like to be treated like you're not as important as someone else? That's terrible, isn't it? Does anybody like to be treated that way? I didn't think so. Yeah, I didn't think so. So we want to make sure everyone is treated equally. Can you take your hands and hold up 2 fingers? Now, turn your hand over and it makes an equal sign. Okay, so this is for equity. Notice we're not saying equality where everyone gets the same. We're saying equity to bring everyone up to the same level. You know what else looks like equal signs? Kit Kats. And I happened to get the special peppermint patty Kit Kats today. So I have Kit Kats for all of you. Okay. Hey, there you go. You're welcome. Hey, Jesse, do you want to help me? Oh, are you okay? So we can. What was that?
Your fingers connect to yours. Less than or greater than.
Oh, lesser than great. Okay, well, that doesn't go with the metaphor, but good point, good point. Okay, did we have enough?
Yes.
Okay, great. Did everybody get a Kit Kat? Okay. No, I know. I know. I actually bought a second bag, but it turned out to be little bears. So I'll take them over for coffee hour for you. So we also have the value of justice. And we need to be strong to dismantle racism and to fight for justice. Do you know people who are not treated fairly? Do you know that sometimes people who have skin that is black or brown, or people who are indigenous, that they're not treated equally? Did you know that? They should be, shouldn't they? Should be treated fairly, but they're often not. So these are superhero bracelets for each and every one of you. I know I should have got some for everybody. So Jesse, yeah, right. That would be fun. So here's some superhero bracelets, and you can trade them as you feel fit. Okay. There we go. There we go. How about a nice, there you go. Oh. Great. And if you want to trade, I do have different colors after the service. Okay. All right. And what about the value of generosity? Woo! Generosity and gratitude go together. And today is before Thanksgiving, and we're celebrating gratitude. All right, I'm just going to be dropping things. So we have money. But they're actually chocolate coins. Chocolate money for generosity. So I wonder, if I give you one, can you trade it with someone else by giving them your money, and they'll give you theirs to practice gratitude, to practice generosity? Can we do that? So if I give you one, will you trade it for someone else's? Okay.
Can we also eat it at the end?
Yes, you can. That's the idea. Here you go. Here you go. And I've got, oh, thank you. Did everybody get one?
Yes.
Okay, great. And at last, we have interdependence. Interdependence is also a value that we have in Unitarian Universalism. And this is a spider web. So these are in little bags, and they're sticky spider webs. Okay? So what does this mean, this spider web? Interdependence. It means we're all connected, just like a web. The web of life. We often talk about the web of life. Maybe this would be good in my hair. Yes? Okay. This is the web of life hairdo. Okay. Here are a few if you want to. Okay. La, 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 la. There you go. Okay. Lots of orange ones. Here, sweetheart. Yeah. Whoops. Okay. Do you want to keep that one too? Okay. Everybody got one? Okay. Awesome. Okay. So, my friends, I do have bags for you to put these in. I forgot one, and that is pluralism, which is different colored crayons, because everybody's different. Everybody's different, and we celebrate the fact that we're all different. So you have a packet of crayons. So I don't think I quite have enough bags. So maybe if our older kids don't take a bag. Oh, sorry. Here you go. But you can put your things in there. I'm skipping you. I'm sorry. I'm skipping you. Here you go. Just for a bag. Oh, you guys can share a bag. Okay, cool. That's great. I figured I was buying way too many bags at buying 10 of them. So isn't that a cool thing? Yeah. Oh, okay, great. I've got one more. Sasha, there we go. Okay, great. Okay, so we start with love, and we have transformation, equity, pluralism, justice, generosity, and interdependence. All in those nice little bags. So we're going to sing you out to class. Are you ready? Here we go. Okay, we're going to make a tunnel for you. Sings to the world of the love within. Now let us sing. Sing to the power and the love within. Lift up your voice. No, not afraid. Not afraid. Sing to the power of the love within. It's okay. Okay, thank you.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. My theological journey began a few months after I was born in the St. Spiridon Greek Orthodox Church on the Upper West Side of Manhattan, and without my consent. As I was immersed in frigid cold water not once, but 3 times, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. I have been kicking, screaming, and questioning ever since. Little did I know that it would be the first of a variety of baptisms. Nor could I have ever imagined that I would find myself a member of the Namaqua Unitarian Universalist Church here at the very site where Loveland's own Greek Orthodox St. Spiridon Church was located. How in the universe did this happen? It is a fascinating story, at least for me. From my early exposure to Greek Orthodoxy, to the unique, complicated, yet loving dynamics of my extended family, to the multicultural experience of growing up in New York City, to our family vacations to Maine, Vermont, and New Hampshire, where we would escape the city confines, to revel in nature's awe-inspiring wonders. To my first international trip at the age of 10, where I lived in Greece for 3 months, exposed to a country, a people, a language, much different than my own, yet where I was accepted wholeheartedly with open arms. And at some point, arriving at my 18th year of liberation and independence, where I left home to be immersed yet again, but this time in the vibrant waters of academia at Boston University. There I was exposed to a variety of subjects, from biology to astronomy to political science to even comparative religion, where I studied Buddhism, Christianity, Hinduism, indigenous cultures, and more. But perhaps more importantly, I was exposed to a world that was in turmoil outside the classroom. It was the 70s, and the war was being waged both overseas and on our streets. It was a war that was wide-ranging, not only based on political ideology, but on social justice as well. We questioned authority. We questioned our religious beliefs. We were trying to find ourselves. Who were we? What did we stand for? Why are we here? How did we get here? Even though at times we lost our way in the culture of that time. There, of course, is so very much more to this story that time can possibly allow. But I have found that everything that was learned through books and direct experience, however valuable, paled in comparison to the people I have been blessed to have met throughout my life. For it is in humanity that we find our own. It has been my discovery that everything exists in relationship and that everything somehow is interconnected. But at the very core of all these relationships is love, in whatever form it may take. Reverend Dana's theological journey, offering, which he so generously extended to a number of us in person and on Zoom, was instrumental not in changing my beliefs, but in questioning my relationship to them. Do I give them intellectual understanding and lip service, or do I live by them? I confess I have done both. That said, however, I find that I have found a home here at Namaqua, not only because it aligns with my own personal beliefs, but because it exemplifies what a caring and loving community should look and feel like. Love and service are not just ideals here, but actionable principles. As I continue on this journey, I realize more than ever that the true essence of spirituality lies in the living of these values. In embracing them, I find that my theological journey is not just but also contribute where love is at its core.
Thank you, Milt.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's fascinating to hear everyone's journey. Thank you. Each week, you support the work of this congregation in all the ways that we live our values in the world through your generosity. And thankfully, not all of the coins you give are chocolate. Truly, we're grateful for your generosity. In addition to supporting this church, part of your donations also support a local nonprofit helping to make a difference beyond our walls. So during the months of November and December, we are sharing our plate with Neighbor to Neighbor. Quoting from their website, it says, "From homelessness through home ownership, Neighbor to Neighbor provides sustainable housing, supportive services, and education to families and individuals. Neighbor to Neighbor carries forward the tradition of lending a hand in a time of need, helping thousands of neighbors achieve, preserve, and sustain their homes each year." How important is that? Thank you for all of the ways that you support this organization and us. Thank you. That's okay. We can give her a round of applause. Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Donna, so great to hear from you today. Thank you for that beautiful piece. Yeah. So now we are going to hear from Clay Uptain and then Mary Ellen Uptain on video. And keep your fingers crossed that everything goes well. I think it will. Thank you. Well. It's a bit tricky for the sound. We know it, and we're grateful. Thank you. Even if you just hold a microphone up to the keyboard, if you turn the volume up. You know, I think what we will do is I will jump ahead and you guys give me a big thumbs up when you think you have the sound going. And is that good? Okay. So as they're working on that, I would like to share with you words from a new person who has been attending the church since March, Maureen Richard. And Maureen says, I have been participating in Namaqua congregation since last March. This has been my first real exposure to Unitarian Universalism, and I'm eager to keep exploring it. I was raised in the Catholic Church and followed that faith without questioning. I attended Catholic school, and unlike many people I've met since, I had mostly positive experiences. Some of my teachers, including several nuns, were inspiring role models. But as I entered my teenage years, I began questioning Catholic teachings. Those conversations weren't welcome in my family, so I quietly withdrew. I became clear about what I didn't believe, but I had no idea or sense of what I... As an adult raising children who occasionally attended church on Christmas and Easter, drawn more by the pageantry and the nostalgia, but than the religious conviction, I did want my children to have some familiarity with the stories of God and Jesus. So we have them baptized more out of the respect for family tradition than belief in its significance. Throughout most of my middle adulthood, I was focused on building a family and a career. Religion rarely entered my thoughts. I assumed faith was something people turned to at the end of their lives, and that I had no real need for it. I believed right and wrong were simply matters of common sense, learned in childhood, and that people embraced religion because they weren't willing to think for themselves. I no longer believe any of these things. As my life has slowed down, I've become more interested in exploring what I do believe and how I want to live with those beliefs. I began studying the work of Carl Jung, a Swiss psychiatrist, and Jungian scholars such as Robert Johnson and James Hollis. I became intrigued by the idea that each of us has two centers of human consciousness and that our awareness shifts between them. The ego consciousness, the self, written with the lowercase s, is our ordinary waking sense identity. But Jung describes a second, greater center of consciousness, the greater self with the capital S. I'm just going to throw in that Ralph Waldo Emerson also uses that greater self. This self includes the ego, but also the personal unconscious. When these two selves are in the right relation with each other, life comes into balance and we experience a sense of grace or deep peace. Some refer to this greater self or great reality as a kind of fourth dimension of existence. Practices like meditation and two-way prayer can help cultivate this connection. With these early seeds of a theology, I attended the Theological Journeys class led by Reverend Donna here at Namakwa. This community offered a safe and accepting space to ask questions, explore possibilities, and sit with the unknowable without judgment. I encountered authors who were new to me, and I'm excited to continue reading and learning from them in years ahead. In the class, we explored several theological approaches: eco-spirituality, process theology, liberation theology, humanism, as well as the intersections of science and religion. Group members shared their knowledge, their questions, and perspectives. The discussion and the writing of this credo helps me articulate and clarify the ideas forming the beginnings of my belief system. I hold these ideas lightly, almost as a hypothesis, meant to be examined, tested, challenged, and reshaped. What any of us believes is not necessarily the truth, what only makes sense to us at a given moment in life. Different, even conflicting beliefs can be true or not true at the same time. There is no absolute right or wrong in this process, only what helps us understand ourselves, the world, and our place in it. I don't know whether there is a God in a traditional sense, an external being beyond us, but I am in awe of the energy and the synchronicity that appear when events align in a way that seems impossible to orchestrate. When I am brave enough to surrender to life's unfolding without attachments to outcomes, remarkable things sometimes happen. Things that seem to require many pieces fall into place just so. Some might call this coincidence. Others might call it divine intervention. Whether we name it God, the divine within, the great reality, or the beyond that is within, I believe there is a force or energy within us that can guide us towards deep peace. I am grateful to be on this path of spiritual seeking, to keep asking questions for which there may be no definitive answers. And in doing so, I honor the divine light in me that lives also in each of you. Beautiful. Thank you. Okay. Still, okay. And if it comes out and, oh, like that? No, okay. That's okay. Jan, would now be a good time? Come on up. We'll have you share your thoughts. Thank you. Jan Sullivan was also in our class.
So I was kind of off and on. I did lots of traveling and stuff, but it was interesting to hear everybody and what they were saying. I myself was born into a religion who was absolutely sure it was the only true religion, and I couldn't quite believe it, but I went along with it for a long time. But I realized that idea of connectedness between what we believe and then our actions, I was very much at odds with that religion, and I feel like what I was doing most of my life was fighting against that. And so my personality, I feel like, was kind of on the defensive. I've been on the defensive my whole life. And so honestly, just recently, and I'm only 63, so it's not too late to learn this stuff. Just recently, I'm realizing if I really do get firm in what I see, and really it comes down to my boundaries, because I was taught to give. I'm learning my boundaries, but my boundaries not only about what I do, but what I feel and what I believe. And what I believe is that I'm just open, and that's just coming as well. As I said, I was born into this is the absolute truth, and I didn't like that. And I've been trying to say, well, what do I believe? Not just for this class, but my whole life. And recently, I'm like, I'm just open. I don't want to close anything off. I don't want to say, this is me right here, because that'll change. I've changed my whole life. And so it's kind of like when I was thinking of, whenever I think about possibly getting a tattoo, which is big these days, I'm like, I can't imagine in 10 years, 20 years, seeing that tattoo, whatever it is, color, shape, whatever, and thinking, oh, I still love this. I don't know, I just changed so much. I don't get tattoos because I don't think I'd like it. So anyway, that is me. It's just about really staying true to myself. And I feel like as I do develop better boundaries, I feel more at peace with myself, and I feel less defensive because I'm not fighting against something I really don't believe. But I'm trying to, and so I'm letting go of that and thinking, no, I'm okay in whatever I'm believing, and I'm open to hearing your side and what you're doing, and maybe I'll change my mind, But basically, my dad's whole philosophy was always be kind, and you'll come out all right. And then he did what he wanted, and so that's going to be me. I'm going to do that, so thank you.
Great. Thank you. I thought of a workaround that I could play the video from my iPad and have the audio come through and just hold a microphone up to it. Maybe use handheld one? Yes, let's do that. And maybe if we hit play at the same time. I know that's a bit of a stretch, but we might actually be able to kind of pull it off if you all are willing to bear with us. Okay. If it's going to load, yeah, we'll see. I don't know that we can play it off of the same thing at the same time. So I made a copy, and I don't think they're loading yet. Do you have Clay's up and ready? Thanks for being patient, everyone. We really would like to bring these to you. And if it doesn't work out, I will send the links. It was a great idea, but it doesn't look like it's loading on here. I apologize. Okay. Okay, we're gonna move on. So we're going to talk about our own joys and concerns. And this is one of the ways that we live our values. One of the ways that we live our theology, which we may not all share the same beliefs, but we do share the belief of taking care of one another, do we not? And looking out for each other and showing up for each other as a community. So, That's what we'll do right now. And if any of you have something that you would, a brief personal comment that you would like to share, I invite you to raise your hand. And okay, I was going to talk about Alan, but I'm going to let you talk about Alan. Okay, good.
Just a news update on my husband who fell and broke his hip, and I'm just astounded by the care that he is getting. He's now at Riverbend rehab and getting fantastic care, and they gave him, I guess heel repair is very regimented. You have to really follow the rules. So we're doing that, and I'm done crying all the time, missing him so much. But things are going really well, and I'm so happy. And a neighbor came by with a huge bag full of meals for me, because for those of you who have been through something like this, you go home and you want to eat, but you don't know what to eat. So that was just a tremendous joy, and my kids have been over, and it's been, I'm going to write in my diary all the wonderful things that have happened. Now, a second announcement is that our women's group is going again, and we're going to have a December get-together. If you would like to get on the mailing list, please contact Linda Bell. And our women's group always has been thriving, and it's just wonderful. So I hope to see a lot of you at the Christmas get-together December 18th. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrea. And we hold you and Alan in our hearts. Linda, would you mind just waving your hand for the women's group if you want to talk with Linda? Thank you. I wanted to share with you all that Janet Gillette, a beloved member of our congregation, had a surgery recently, and she's recovering well. But she usually does the Thanksgiving dinner, and she'll be still recovering. So, yeah, we hold Janet and her family in our hearts. Vicki, so glad you're here.
Hang on to me.
I'm hanging on to you. I got you.
Well, my heart is full of gratitude, and my heart's still sad, and it will be for a long time for those of you that don't know. Actually, it was 2 weeks ago today, shortly after the church bell rang, that my husband took his last breath. And as I can't say, Andrea said, the outpouring from this congregation has just, well, it really didn't amaze me, but it's been wonderful to be on that end of receiving so much of your love, and I appreciate it so much. It's hard not to look at these screens and for me not to think about my husband, because he was instrumental in making that happen against a lot of pushback at first. So every time I look at the words on the screen, I'll think of Tom.
And now we will too. Yeah, thank you. And Vicki, we hold you and your family in our hearts with love. Hello.
My name is Anne Marie Kayansky, and for the past month and a half, I had to face and undergo a really hard thing. And I'd like to thank those individuals whose generous hearts made weeks, days, and hours less difficult. Is visits, random acts of kindness, bouquets, nutritious meals. My heart and I thank you again and again. I want you to know how deeply grateful I am for your presence in my life.
Thank you. Thank you. So beautiful. Good. And Anne-Marie, we continue to hold you in our hearts as you continue to recover well. Thank you.
Good morning. My name's Kathy Ziola, and this is my first time here. And I want to take this opportunity to invite your support for my daughter, Gabrielle Ramsdell, in Atlanta, Georgia, who is sometime in the next week or two going to give birth to her first child, my first grandchild, Lila Mary. And if you would join me in just taking a moment to send her love and power and strength as she makes her way into motherhood, and for a safe and easy birth.
May it go well.
Thank you.
Yes, we will hold her in our hearts. Tell us her name again. Her name? Yeah.
Gabrielle Ramsdell.
Gabrielle Ramsdell. Great. Yeah, I hope you come back and let us know how it goes, and I hope you're a part of our community. Thanks for being here today. Good. We'll hold her in our hearts.
Pardon. My name is Ivy Tomsky, and the pre-K school that I worked at for over a year is currently preparing for a potential ICE raid due to the events taking place in Raleigh, North Carolina. I pray for their safety every day.
Oh, geez. Oh, geez. I'm so sorry. Well, we hold you and all of them in our hearts and say our prayers in whatever way that means for us. Yeah, may they be well. Okay.
Hi.
Hi, good to see you.
This is my second time here. My name is Pamela.
Good.
And if you guys can have me in your heart and send me good energy. I'm going through soul surgery. So it's not nothing physical, but thank you.
Yeah, and we do hold you in our hearts. Yeah, soul surgery. Soul surgery, yes. I think some of us have been through that surgery. Yeah, and we do hold you in our hearts. Glad you're with us. Good. Okay. So anyone on Zoom have comments? Okay. My friends, let us just turn inward for a few moments and consider holding ourselves with love for all of our own personal unspoken joys and concerns, holding ourselves tenderly and gently through all that we are going through. And may we extend that love and that tenderness and that care to all those sitting around us, for all of their unspoken joys and concerns. For love truly is at the center of who we are and is at the core of our community. So may we hold each other in that love. May it be so. Amen. There is a love holding me. There is a love holding all that I love. There is a love holding all. I rest in this love. There's a love holding us. There is a love holding us. There is a love holding all that we love. There is a love holding all. We rest in So, my friends, I am saddened that our videos are not working. I will send links to them in our announcements, so watch for those. And I would like to share with you one last reflection from Mickey McGuire. Mickey says, I was raised without religion. As a child, my father was ostracized in a cruel way because his father had married a divorced woman outside of the Catholic faith. So he had no use for organized religion. My mother, who was raised Methodist, tried to instill some religion in my sister and me by taking us to Christmas and Easter services for 1 or 2 years, but without my father's help, she gave up. When I married my first wife, who was raised Catholic but had left the church before we met, she explained to me the meaning of Christmas and Easter. Still, I could never figure out why Santa Claus and a bunny were so prominent. About 1990, I hired a person to work with me, and he had been a lifelong UU. I've always enjoyed learning about various religious beliefs, and he explained Unitarian Universalism to me, and especially the Church Across the Street program for youth in the congregation. I did not want my 2 children growing up in religious ignorance like me, so we started attending the Peoria Unitarian Universalist congregation in a beautiful 150-year-old building. As with many other Unitarian Universalists I know, we realized we had been UUs all along. Anyone relate to that? Yeah. Wow, I just didn't know it. Through this relationship, I learned much about different religions, spirituality, and what it means to be a humanist, an atheist, agnostic, or other belief systems within the congregation. My children also benefited through the religious education program. As a scientist with advanced degrees in evolutionary biology and entomology, I never believed in a supernatural being that created all the living creatures at once, or who is omnipotent or omnipresent and directed our lives. I firmly believed in the theory of evolution, and as science advances, new concepts have been developed that will explain a lot of the processes that evolved through millennia. But that's a longer discussion. And if you know Mickey, you know that's a longer discussion. So where does that leave me, he asks. What created the building blocks that created the universe that allow for the formation of our relatively small planet and led to the explosion of life, including the upright, walking bipedal primates with large brains that humans became? I believe that question is unanswerable. Even if we try to define the energy that created the earth, where did that energy come from, and where did that come from? I hope to lead life described by religious humanists, which attaches prime importance to human rather than divine or supernatural matters. Humanism stresses the potential value and goodness of human beings, emphasizing common human needs and seeking solely rational ways of solving human problems. Within this belief system, I consider myself an atheist and a scientific ultimate realist. People often mention spiritual experiences, and I know this sounds contradictory, but at very rare times, typically when I am outside in the forests or on the streams, I have experienced something bigger than myself, perhaps becoming a part of the environment where this happens. Is this a religious experience? I don't think so. Rather, I believe my brain has cleared enough from day-to-day challenges to allow these environments to fully engulf me. Perhaps one day, brain scientists can unravel the complexities that allow for these spiritual experiences. One major question I have is what happens at death? I don't believe in an afterlife that involves heaven or hell or reincarnation. In one of my favorite moments with my then 13-year-old daughter, I had a bit of an epiphany. I am not sure what brought up the subject, but we talked about death and what happens when someone dies. She said, maybe it is how all people remember us for what we did and how we treated others when we are alive that matters. 13-year-olds. This really resonated with me. If we go around treating people poorly, we aren't very good friends or friendly to people we don't know, that could be seen as a version of hell in how people feel about our passing. In other words, good riddance. If, however, people see us as kind and remember us warmly for what we did and how we treated others, this could be construed as a kind of heaven. I am sorry he is not here anymore. Thomas Campbell probably said it best. To live in our hearts we live behind. To live in hearts we leave behind is not to die. For now, this works for me. And this comic strip below, this next comic strip, you can go ahead to the next slide, describes well where I am at in my spiritual journey. And if you can't read it, it says, tree stump of deep thought you're usually not capable of. And this little being climbs up on the stump and says, no one knows what we're doing here. Some have faith that they do, but no one knows. So we are scared and we are alone and we end and we don't know where we go. So we cling to money for comfort and we chase awards for immortality and we hide in the routine of our days. But then the night, always the night, which when it has you alone, whispers that maybe none of this has any significance. So love everyone you're with, because comforting each other on this journey we neither asked for nor understand is the best we can do. And laugh as much as you can. And may that be so. So I thank all of our speakers today, Jan and Milt, and hearing from Maureen and from Mickey, and I encourage you to watch the videos when they come out. They have many great things to say. Thank you. And let us sing one of our most beautiful hymns that we love, Blue Boat Home, which expresses a lot of theological thoughts for each of us. Please rise.
Though below me I feel no motion, standing on these mountains and plains, far away from the rolling ocean, still my dry land heart can say, I've been sailing all my life now, never harbor or port have I the deep, drifting here with my ship's companions, all we kindred pilgrim souls, the winding our way by the lights of the heavens in our beautiful blue boat home. I give thanks to the waves upholding me, hail the great winds urging me on, greet the infinite sea before me, sing the sky my sailor song. I was born upon the fathoms, never harbor or port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home.
Skip the closing thing this time. The song. Yeah. Okay. And folks, I invite you to reach out and connect with those around you. For our closing words. These words are from Joanna Macy. Active hope is not wishful thinking. Active hope is not waiting to be rescued by some savior. Active hope is waking up to the beauty of life on whose behalf we can act. We belong to this world. The web of life is calling us forth at this time. We've come a long way and we are here to play our part. With active hope, we realize that there are adventures in store, strengths to discover, and comrades to link arms with. Active hope is a readiness to discover the strength in ourselves and in others, a readiness to discover the reason for hope and the occasions for love. And none of these can be discovered in an armchair without risk. So keep risking lives, your living, keep living your beliefs and your values, my friends. And remember, you are not alone. We are all in this together. May it be so. Amen. Thank you. Good to see you. Whew. Good morning. So good to meet you. I hear my microphone. Okay, they cut my, no, it's still on. It is. There we go. It's great to meet you.